Welcome to PCM Bite Size, a series of short, informative videocasts with experts in their fields. The theme for this session is open banking in Europe. It's been 4 years since UK regulators fired the starting gun on open banking, followed closely by the EU and 36 other markets worldwide. As a major new study into open banking in Europe is published by Payments, Cards and Mobile, we look at progress to date and the promise for the future. I'd like to introduce our expert for the day, Mario Klapsis, Vice President of Financial Services and Sales and General Manager UK for Trustly. Mario, let's jump straight in. What should you, as a merchant, look out for when it comes to open banking providers?
I would actually recommend 3 distinct questions or points for any merchant who's looking into this space. The first one is have a look at their own needs, their own requirements, their own priorities. Are they actually looking at cost considerations? Are they looking at top-line growth? Are they looking at offering value-added services, convenience to their customers? What is that nice pyramid of needs that they have? The second aspect is very much around the needs of their customer base and what is their expectations, because these needs evolve. So look into the future and understand what is that customer base looking for. And that's quite critical because there are pain points, whether they're actual or they are perceived. And they do have a link to the merchant priorities. And the third piece that is very, very critical is very much the idea of taking a step back and looking at all these plethora of open banking providers. And it's a great thing, actually, that we have a lot of providers out in various markets, especially if I take the UK, we see, I would use the term explosion of providers in this space. And what's important to see is what do these providers actually offer? They may be offering paying services. They may be offering pay out services. Are they instant? Do they offer refunds? What about reconciliation? What about cross-border services? If this is a key need of the merchant, that's a massive element into the offer set that the provider may or may not be able to offer. And even then, do they offer one contract, for example? Is it convenient? Is it easy to do business with them? And actually, the answer really boils down to a triangulation of these 3 factors. The merchant priorities, the consumer needs perceived or actual, realized already, and also what do these providers offer in the first place. That's a pretty good guide, actually, for merchants to prioritize, to understand, and then to select the right provider for their needs.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mario. Thank you for that. I think that we can see from the article and just what we're seeing out in the public domain in general that open banking has really taken off in 2021. What, in your opinion, are some of the industry drivers behind the increased demand?
I would actually focus on 3 specific drivers. There is an evolution in the technology and the infrastructure development. There's a very nice path. There is an evolution in the merchant awareness, and I'll explain what it is. And there is an evolution in the consumer awareness or the customer understanding of what this is. From a technology and infrastructure perspective, it's actually a very exciting time to be in this space. We have already the first generation of APIs in a lot of markets in Europe. Some of them are very advanced, some of them are less advanced. But in general, we do have actually the first generation of this. And there's more to follow and more services to be actually enabled. And we also we will see things like digital ID enablement. So actually, what do I want to do in this space and how am I enabled as a consumer to do it? So actually, there is available solutions available out there in the market. That's great. The second aspect is that a lot of merchants are going through this journey of awareness and evolving their understanding of what is online banking and what kind of services are available out there, what kind of solutions can they offer to the consumer base, how can they monetize them, and how can they drive actual business at the end of the day. And that aspect of the awareness for some sections in this overall merchant base, it may be very much the early adopters, but in a lot of cases we see actually leaders in these sub-segments that they understand and try to actually leverage these solutions or the evolution in this space. The third part, or third driver, is very much around the evolution of the consumer awareness. And this is very much around, again, on the back of early adopters or not, whatever model you put in. But there are people for whom online banking payments or online banking services just simply make sense. I'll give you an example. There's a lot of people out there who want actually to spend money they have, not money they would like to have. So as such, for them, they would like to not to look necessarily for a credit solution, but an online banking payment solution or an online banking service in general is relevant, is actually good, and if it's coupled with an easy, clear user experience, they'll adopt it, they'll use it. And again, the three elements, the three drivers, is what's driving the growth, and I definitely expect this growth to become hopefully a very nice hockey stick because it makes sense, because it enables business, because it matches needs, because it actually drives results, drives more trade.
Okay, thanks, Mario. I think sticking with that growth story, I know that you've had a chance to read the article, and the actual report that it's based on comes out tomorrow. What did you think of the findings? Was there anything in there that particularly interested you or grabbed your attention?
One of the things I really found very interesting is that confirmation of this extremely interesting, extraordinary journey that a lot of players and a lot of contributors are going through in this space. And it is exciting. It's very interesting to see how far ahead certain geographies in Europe are, but also how other ones are following suit quickly. What I find exciting is in the Nordics, for example, we don't have just adoption of online banking. We have specific use cases that you can articulate the win-win-win kind of environment for consumers, for merchants, for providers that actually drives business, simplifies business, or whatever that is. I expect the same thing, for example, to happen in the UK, that clearly comes out from the report as being the next geography where there is very fast growth taking place in this space. But I found extremely interesting how the confirmation, because we are in a business that very much are present in many of these markets, who understand the beat of these markets, the needs of the merchants or the consumers. It was extremely interesting to see how there is an evolution path in different markets and regions of the continent that actually gives a strong level of confidence that online banking payments will evolve fast and will drive results as everybody is expecting.
Brilliant. Mario from Trustly, thank you very much for being a PCM Bite Size.
Thank you very much.